Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2019 mid-month general readings. Thanks for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers and people returning. Thanks for following my YouTube channel for those of you who do, and those of you who take the time to send in your comments and feedback and support. Thank you so much. And also a big thank you to all of my clients out there, regular and new, for the consistent and constant busyness with personal one-on-one readings. It's always an honor and a pleasure. Thank you. I apologize ahead of time for sounding very froggy. I am just getting over a bad bronchial thing, and while I am over the feeling horrible part, I sound a bit like an asthmatic frog still, so I apologize if I do any coughing or hacking during the video. 'Tis the season around here for such things. So, as those of you who follow me regularly know, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, just click on the description link below, or you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the little About button there for more info and contact details. You can email me directly at maggie_McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be happy to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings of all different types and lengths in all areas of life. Love and romance, of course, compatibility readings, reconciliation potential, career, work and finance, and investment readings. I offer gift readings and also 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life in all the main areas of your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look at. So there's a few different options to choose from. Send me an email if you're interested. We'll go from there. Turnaround time for personal readings is pretty good. I do readings full-time 5 to 6 days a week, so it is the sum total of what I do. So I work pretty diligently with people's schedules and my own to get them readings as quickly as we can. So send me an email if you're interested, and we will set something up for you. I can usually respond to your initial inquiry within the same day or the first 24 hours. All right, let's move right into this reading. This is for the Earth sign of Capricorn for the remainder of February 2019. Almost all of you know that general readings are going to resonate a little differently for everybody watching, so if you know your rising and moon sign or your Venus sign, watch those as well. It can put together a bigger picture for you. Capricorn. Let's see what the remainder of February has in store for you. All right, we begin around the middle to the third week or so with the 7 of Pentacles, clarified by the 4 of Swords. Around the last week or towards the end of February, we have the Hanging Man, followed by the Ace of Swords. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy, focus, and guidance is the Empress. Looks like very much a thinking month, Capricorn. Looks like you're taking stock and trying to evaluate where you're at, whether you can get any further on the path that you're on, or whether you may want to do something new and start something new, because that's your overall energy. Is your crowning card is the Empress, which is a card about fertility, conception, pregnancy. It could be literal for some of you. For those of you who are wanting to start a family or add to your family, it looks like the remainder of February is a particularly fertile time. For those of you who are not, well, forewarned is forearmed. We know how to prevent that now. But for the rest of you, what does fertility mean? It means that the time is right for new beginnings. The time is right to start something new. We're at the very beginning process. It represents planting seeds. We put a seed in the ground, we cover it with dirt, we give it the food that we want, and we wait oh so impatiently for that first little bit of green to poke its head above the dirt, and then we begin to feed it and water it and nurture it and grow it and treat it and prune it and all of that stuff until it grows to its full potential, and then can end up giving back and nurturing to us in one way or another. So when the Emperor shows up, it's usually represents that the time is right to start something new. You may be thinking of starting something new, or you may have had an offer or an opportunity to begin something new. This could be in work, career, money, finance, an artistic or creative endeavor. Could be in relationship as well. So around the middle of the month or the first week or so, time always being somewhat fluid, we have the 7 of Pentacles and the 4 of Swords. I mean, it's pretty much the remainder of February is spent thinking about this. The 7 of Pentacles is a card about reflection, taking stock, thinking about something. The harvest that you have is pretty good. In the tarot, tends to represent cycles completing, coming full circle, fulfillment. So the Seven of Pentacles, you put a lot of work into the harvest that you've grown. It's not a 10, but it's at a 7, which is a pretty decent harvest. This is a card about taking stock of what you have in an area of your life. It could be your life overall. Pentacles is earth energy, and it often points to the earthy part of our lives, tangible things, money, finances, property, assets, job, career, etc. But it could represent the effort you've put into other areas of your life as well. And taking stock of what you currently have. Looking at what you have, comparing it to the results you put into it, and asking yourself, am I justified in this harvest because of the work I put in? Did I get what I expected to get? Did I get more? Did I get less? How do I make this 7 into a 10? Is it possible on this particular path to turn this 7 into a 10? And if so, what changes do I need to make? Do I need to tweak some things? Is this as good as I'm going to get with this particular harvest? Should I try something new, something different, in the hopes of making the 7 into a 10, maybe next growth cycle or with something new? So it's taking stock of what you have in a particular area of your life or your life overall, and kind of asking yourself, this is how much work and effort I put into this. Do I feel like I've gotten equally compensated for it, or are my results matching that? Am I content with keeping it at a 7? Do I want anything more? And if so, what changes do I need to make? Because it looks like there's this energy of maybe thinking about starting something new. And it's clarified by the Four of Swords, which is just more of that energy. Swords is mental energy. It's about our thoughts, beliefs, ideas, what goes on up in our heads, because that directly affects the way that we see and relate and communicate to the world, to people in the world. It's all about how we view things, what our belief systems and our perceptions are. This is a card about taking a step back to think. It's a card of rest and respite, taking a temporary perhaps withdrawal from perhaps a conflict or indecision somehow. The Three Swords pointing above the soldier. He's a knight, he's a soldier. What do? They fight battles. He's taking a temporary reprieve, and I say temporary because he's only removed his helmet and his hand gauntlets. He's still dressed in armor, which is a strong implication that he's just taking a break. He still needs to go back out and deal with whatever these three swords represent, whether it's an actual fight or battle or conflict or some indecision. Although how anyone can sleep with three swords pointing down at them, I don't know. It's kind of a joke. It's symbolic. Everything on a tarot card is symbolic. Everything. So this is a card about taking a temporary reprieve. For the time being, he's not engaged in conflict. He's doing what he needs to rest, restore, perhaps gain a little bit of insight or a different perspective on it. Some of you, it may have to do with conflict. If this is a job or work situation or environment, perhaps you're unhappy in your current job or work situation or atmosphere or something of that sort. And one of the reasons you're thinking about a new path, it could be maybe thinking about a new job or thinking about a new career path. Maybe there's just too much conflict going around where you're at, or it's just too hard, or you just feel done, or you feel like the harder and harder you try, you still can't get above a 7. Could be that for some of you. That same energy could apply in the relationship area of your life as well. So at or towards the end of February, around the last week or so, we have the Hanging Man and the Ace of Swords. So more just kind of thinking energy here, because that's exactly what the Hanging Man does. He hangs back. He hangs upside down in what appears to be an uncomfortable or awkward position, but he's often portrayed as not really struggling or fighting against it. He's not, because he understands that what's playing out, there are still things that he doesn't know. There's still things playing out maybe that he's not aware of, and he knows this. It's kind of hanging back and understanding that divine timing and orchestration is still at play, even though you may want to rush in and make a decision, force an outcome, manipulate or maneuver something into being the way that you want it to be. The Hanging Man doesn't do that, because he understands that this energy of where he's at is just temporary. And more is yet to be revealed. And also, I might add, if there has been some conflict with a person or a group of people, the Hanging Man would withdraw from this conflict, understanding that often if you give fighting and conflicting people enough rope, somebody will eventually you know, hang themselves and end it that way. And I don't mean literally, but I mean without your having to be involved in the conflict, therefore causing yourself a lot of pain and drama as well. So the Hanging Man is about taking a step back, which pretty much the remainder of February, that's what it's about. It's about taking a step back and thinking about this, thinking about maybe doing something new, something different. Is it time to do that? Am I done with where I'm at? Am I able to do anything more where I'm at? And if so, what can I change to do that? And if not, am I willing to leave to do something different? Ace of Swords, new ideas, epiphany, the light bulb going off over your head, new information. This clarifies the Hanging Man. It can represent, again, that you don't have exactly the clarity you need. You don't have all the information you need for some of you, and you just need to wait for that because things are still playing out. Not, I don't think, a time to make a definitive decision. For some of you, you have had some new information or ideas come in, but again, you're not acting on them yet because you understand that things are still playing out. But still, the fundamental energy is perhaps wanting to do something new, or if you've had an offer or opportunity, it's thinking about that in comparison to where you are right now. Let's pull a final advice card for you from Spirit. Guidance from Spirit for Capricorn for the remainder of February. The Eight of Wands, communication, conversation. So I feel like during this thinking time, the advice is, and I think it's good advice too, to spend some more time talking to people, maybe see if there's any more information or ideas to be gotten. This can also represent seeking the advice of someone, you know, having conversations, talking about this. I feel like you either don't have all the information, whether you know it or not. And also it may help to help you make a decision if you speak to someone or perhaps a few people that you trust, whose advice and opinion you trust and respect, which I think will help. And it may also help in gaining any more information or what you need to actually figure out what you're going to do with this situation, if anything at all. So Capricorn, that pretty much wraps up your February 2019 general reading. I hope that you found it useful and helpful, or will continue to as the month plays out. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the description link below for more info and contact details, or go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the little About button there. Please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link is also provided. And that's a good app for quick answers to the quick, easy questions. If you have a situation that's more intensive or complex, you'll probably want to schedule a more traditional reading with me. So there's options there for you to choose from. You can email me and I will send you all the information that you need. So Capricorn, I look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks for the March 2019 general readings. Until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.